Set to go now. The lucky last, and away they go. And Tilsworth Sydney began well on the inside with Perfect Brands, and the favourites are in the firing line in the early part of the race. And then came Alcatraz from Watermelon, Red Symphony. Then came Good Warrior, further back to Terms of Reference, and next along Boom Almighty. Back to second last is Book It Subang, and Benel's Arm brought up the rear. So Tilsworth Sydney, now a bit of pressure added there by Perfect Brands on the outside, who goes up to Eyeball, the grey mare, and they are side-by-side matching motors. Alcatraz racing on speed third, then Watermelon, Terms of Reference. They were followed by Red Symphony, then Boom Almighty, Good Warrior. Next to last is Book It Subang, and Benel's Arm is virtually tailed off. It's a race in two at this stage, and now Perfect Brands ranging up on the outside of Tilsworth Sydney, and they draw clear of Alcatraz, and then came Watermelon. Tilsworth Sydney responds well, put up a couple of legs on Perfect Brands, and Tilsworth Sydney draws away with A Nazir in the saddle, and Frankie Maynard's got the winner for the day. Tilsworth Sydney racing clear. Tilsworth Sydney wins by 3. Perfect Brands ran second, Alcatraz third. Then Terms of Reference and Red Symphony. Followed in turn then by Good Warrior from Watermelon, Book It Subang, Boom Almighty, and Benel's Arm was last to finish. Tilsworth Sydney takes out the last for the apprentice A Najib, and Frank Maynard chalks up a winner for the afternoon. And she really deserved that victory. She's been racing well, very consistent. She's coming off 2 seconds in a row. The most recent over 1,100 metres here a fortnight ago. And she's finally cracked it for a victory. So the favourites running first and second. Perfect Brands was the favourite, but had its chance. Was no match for the grey mare in the run to the line, and the 5-year-old Salutes chalks up her third victory at start 29. And she pays around 2-1 on the tote there. Number 4 over 1 Perfect Brands. And third is number 3 Alcatraz. So the numbers are 4-1-3. After the final race of the afternoon, Tilsworth Sydney will pay 15 and 6. 1 Perfect Brands pays 5, and Alcatraz 15 the place. Looked the logical Quinella on paper, and that is the way the race has panned out. And Tilsworth Sydney, who was the second pick in the market, landing the major prize. The 5-year-old grey mare, trained by Frank Maynard, ridden by A Najib, defeating number 1 Perfect by Uwe Chin Chin, ridden by R Newkman, and standing by for 4th, no number Semaphore at this stage after race 12. So Tilsworth Sydney and Perfect Brands virtually shared the lead throughout, and Alcatraz racing on speed. So the on-speed performers dominating there in the final race of the afternoon. Now number 6 has wound up 4th, and Terms of Reference, that is number 6 in 4th placing. Terms of Reference ridden by S. Sully. It is 4, 1, 3 and 6 your numbers. After the running of race 12, here are the margins. It is 3.5 by 3 1/4 by 4 3/4, and standing by for the race time. And that will come through very shortly on the final race of the day. But they were really cutting into the track by the time race 12 came around after that shower of rain mid-afternoon. The race time, by the way, is 1:08.9, 1:08.9. Those numbers official, 4, 1, 3 and 6 after race 12.